year, maybe on 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, people engage our ministers of head of a project and GPE or RS project. They elaborate to the people. Then besides that, the aim is to just let the people know what is unfolding from the Ministry of Education. So if you are not fortunate on Sunday, you can also tune in on Wednesday. That's number one achievement for the ministry: the proactive dissemination of accurate, factual, and professional information to the public.
Great. With that, with the communication, are you getting favorable feedback from these two programs?
I mean, the feedback is just overwhelming. Okay. Especially our EOs, they are very, very proud and happy about this program. Because if you are in Lima, I am calling you and people that listening to you. If you are in Lofa, I am calling you and people listening to you. You feel that yes, you are in charge. So those CEOs have been given the benefit of the doubt that they have control over their counties when it comes to education activities in those counties. So their participation, their involvement, the engagement, and other things like that, they are so overwhelmed by the talk show.
So the Ministry of Education now is being gotten closer to the people.
Yeah, we're taking education to the people in the various countries, especially like this program. I myself have to come here today because most of our people are very busy engaging the World Bank and other things like that. So you can't take them from the serious activities and bring them. But after they have done their due diligence, they will now come on the radio and tell the Liberian people what they have achieved and what was the outcome of those engagements.
Okay, let's go to the next achievement.
The next achievement is the reactivation of the RTTIs. What do I mean by RTTI? The Rural Teacher Training Program Institute. Okay. We have one WRTTI, ZRTTI, and KRTTI. Those programs were reactivated on this government. Though it was there, but it was for 9 months. It was extended to almost a year, so that you do the pedagogical aspect and you do the content aspect. And so our teachers who are coming from that will see certificate, and it was also reactivated to B certificate, so that you be able to teach in elementary and junior high section. So that's another achievement from the Ministry of Education. We're also able to distribute to all schools throughout this country the academic calendar for 2022-2023 as we speak. In the academic calendar, there are things in our academic calendar schools authority need to abide by. For example, for third grade, YFE is 1,000, sixth grade YFE is 2,000, ninth grade private school YFE is 5,000, and 12th graders, they're free. But something is attached. What is attached is for all the grade levels. In third grade, you pay additional $150 LD for your processing fee. Okay. Because the stakeholders told us in the meeting that some of them have no IT specialists. So in order to engage those guys, you have to give them, appreciation to facilitate their work and place the student on the platform. So we decided that $1 US should be spread across. So all the 12th graders, what you will pay for wax throughout the length and breadth of this country is just $1, the equivalent of $150 LD. Okay. Nothing more than that. And we want all of our school authorities to please abide by these policies so that we can coexist and professionally move ahead with our education program. Another achievement is this. Schools authority in our country now, they are abiding by our regulations. That is great. You see, for example, for the past school year, no one was graduating before time, because we took some stand before. So everyone fall in line. Okay. So now our school authority, we say bravo to you. Thank you for being law-abiding. Thank you for being professional. We appreciate you, and we say bravo to you.
So
congratulations.
So right now it's wide results before graduation.
Yes, that is what we stand with, and all of us agree to that, and we are going along with that. Another achievement from the Ministry of Education over the years is that if 2022 result, the all over Irish, for the wax result for 2022, I will start from third grade. The third graders, people don't understand what third grader is assessment test. We want to know the IQ of this child, the ability of the teacher, whether the teacher are doing something right, so that when the children grow up, they will be able to do best in the upcoming while. So third graders, the entire country, the Irish was 92.29%.
It's a massive pass.
Massive pass. So that goes to say your kids under your nose, in your house, in your car, in the village, in the house, they are great people. You won't know until you administer public tests to them. Some parents say, hey, the children too small. No, small business in education. I was on a Facebook, and now 9-year-old guy got a bachelor degree. He's a genius. Kuyemani, 9 years old. So don't say the kid too small. No, don't feel sorry for the children. They got capacity, and some of them are genius. So 92.29 was third grader, the total Irish that passed. For sixth graders, we have 94.01%. Sixth graders, 94.01%. Throughout the country, that was the Irish. Okay, for ninth graders, we have 86.72%. This gone wide for ninth graders throughout the country. That was wonderful too. 12th graders, 86.06%. That was a performance. That wax the international test. So our children are trying with the reform being implemented by the Ministry of Education and partners. The reason why I'm adding partners because it is impossible for the Ministry of Education to move ahead smoothly and to make sure that our education system is transformed positively without our partners. Our partners have been a great help to us, so we want to appreciate that. And besides that, our office too been working in line with the Ministry of Education. So that was a milestone achievement. We also want to let the people, the public to know that the Ministry of Education has embarked on the distribution of armchairs throughout the public schools. And I said public schools across the country. So right now, if you go in the various counties, the CEOs, I have a show every Sunday, are calling and they told us that they are distributing the armchairs to all the public schools in the Leeward counties, and the parents, the students are very, very happy about that. Another thing is the child education. Early child education has been given a very serious attention. We are building about maybe 54 classrooms for our early child education in the public schools throughout the country. And the students you send to school, at least from 3 years up, you will benefit. Don't allow the children say the child is small. No, don't do that. The children you see, they're brilliant. And the easier time for them to come up when they are young, they were absorbed, and they absorb very fast. Another thing is the construction of schools. Before we come to construction of schools, the Ministry of Education honored the ARAS project headed by Mr. Abraham Kazuru, the lead coordinator, renovated 156 public schools in the Republic of Liberia. Yes, another year in review. So those achievements it's not only the Ministry of Education, also ARAS came in, they are our partners. That project is there to improve secondary education. They were able to rehabilitate and renovate 156 public schools throughout the country. And that was done with the coordination and the collaboration of people selected from the town, from the counties, students on that board, teacher on our board, CEO on our board, community people on our board, with leaders on our board, they will now say, this is what we think we can do on the school building that will give it a facelift. And then you compile your document, then people from the ministry come for a validation and verification. So that community participatory engagement, that was done. Besides that, the 156 schools that were renovated by the ARAS project through the Ministry of Education, we also have 25 public schools in 25 education districts that were junior high from the time this country was established. And then those 25 junior high schools in the 25 education district were extended to senior high school. Those schools, when the Minister of Education and team went for a county tour, nationwide tour, they built grounds for those schools' construction. And as we speak right now, the construction are ongoing in the various counties. And we say bravo to the community leaders. So in the 25 education district, the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Education and the ARAS project, we have now constructing and elevating the 25 junior high school to 25 senior high school, so that our children, our upcoming generation, will have access to complete secondary education. Besides that, there are 3 state-of-the-art senior high school, state-of-the-art senior high school that are on the way right now to be constructed in Magibi, Bon, and Nima counties. The purpose is those schools will be like Tobin High School, where you have almost everything. Yes, from scratch, everything will be packed. The Ministry of Education, through the ARAS project, the contract have been awarded and construction, has already begun in those counties. So the CEOs confirm that those projects are ongoing in those counties, and we want all of our county authority to support those who are coming to work, so that we have quality education. Besides that, we also were very fortunate and on the year in review to recruit over 200 female guiding counselors, and we were successful to complete with 200 that was trained, placed on the payroll as we speak, that been deployed throughout the public schools.
What is their work?
Their work is to make sure that public schools of female students complete senior high school. For example, Fabi, in this country, when a female student graduates from junior high school, it is difficult for them to enroll in the senior high section. Example, maybe some of them will be failing for their parents. Unfortunately for them, they will be impregnated by somebody because they need, something to sustain themselves. So unfortunately, it will be difficult for them to complete high school. And besides that, some of them will be embarrassed by some of their uncles, some of the, the elders, and some people will rape them, harass them, intimidate them, and they will think that school zone is dangerous for the survival. So this time now, we train the guardian counselors. They are all female, so that you know that, because female relate to female, and we deploy them in the various public schools so that we will confide in them, tell them what is happening to you. Why is it that you cool? Is it somebody intimidating you? Is it one of the math or physics teacher telling you will never pass my subject until you give me your body, or until you give me money, or until you go on my farm to work? If not, anytime I enter this class, get outside. So all these things are happening to you. Go to those female guiding counselors we send on the campuses, that you confide in them. It will be easier that way before it's reached. Because sometimes if you want to go to the teacher is part of the teacher is the meal. If now you the teacher loving to, maybe the teacher loving to your friend. So it will be difficult for the teacher to expose his friend because he part of that clique. So we say no. This will not be possible when teachers are engaged in some of these things. Some of the teachers are very good, but some are engaged in, exploitations. For example, if it's not sex, it is money. If it's not money, it is you carry the girl to your house, labor. You carry them on the farm to work. That is unethical and unacceptable. We will not condone that. So these things we train the guardian counselor to go there. Maybe it may not be even on the campus, but it will be at your home. Your uncle, your brother, or somebody in the community that is giving a helping hand to the family is trying to take advantage of you. When you tell your mother is not giving you attention because that person is giving helping hand to the family. Like Christmas, the person giving $5 you must say my daughter, you must say my wife to me. Where's your wife? Because you're giving, that is not a business. That is not transaction. So if this thing happening to you in your community, when you go on the campus, tell the guardian counselor. The guardian counselor now will take the case and let us know. We have the legal section at the Ministry of Education. So we also want to say that is another achievement of the Ministry of Education.
Do these guardian counselors make report
Yes,
to the ministry?
they are all BSc holders. Okay. Yeah, because we want them to do a comprehensive report so that we will get a clear cut. We don't want people guessing. When they come to you and confide in you, please make sure you verify, you authenticate before writing your report, because it is possible that some people might even lie on people's name also, or some people might even set people up because of the guardian counselor presence in your community or in your school. Say NCDT, go say this, no. So we want the guardian counselor to be factual, to be accurate, to be very professional. They shouldn't take side and break homes. No. When you go in a community, you do due diligence and verify your information, investigate before you can submit your report. Another milestone achievement from the Ministry of Education is the recruitment of 300 female dropout students. You see, the ARAS project is making a great help to the Ministry of Education. Now, there are female students who drop out of school. There were no money. You see some of them selling banana, plenty chips, and all the things like that. Quarter. When will you pay your house rent? And some of them, they have no parents. Some of the parents they have from COVID, Ebola, and other things like that. They are self-supported people, or children, or students. So the IRAS project said, no, these girls are too much on the street. So what we need to do, let's start with the counties first. Those counties that have a high dropout in female will recruit 3,000 girls, from 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and you complete your secondary education. And that is done so that, our girls will have access to completing secondary education. Not only that, we're giving them phone. We give them a late stipend so that they take care of themselves and make sure that they buy their copy books and other things that they need as female. And those who are serious, you can do something and a little money given to you by ARAS project. So another achievement from that also. We also want to let you know that the multilateral high schools in the country are also been renovated and some have been constructed. We have the EU program under our vocational, technical, and inclusive and professional education. They have those programs ongoing in the various countries. So right now, if you go to Grand Gita, you go to Sano and other places, you see our Lofa, you see our multilateral high school campuses are very up to date. They are shining, and people are working and going to school. We're also giving those education to our people. We also want to let you know that during the period under review, the Ministry of Education empowered the HR. HR have been assigned in the various counties. so that when people have problem with their payroll or with their pay, you go to the HR to verify what is happening. Because for you to leave from Grand G there, or leave from Bapulu, or leave from River G, to come all the way Monrovia, that's too much time and too much money. So HR is assigned in those countries to make sure to verify and investigate the reason why you want to come to town. So those HR was given motorbike, they were empowered. We distributed motorbike to them, and not only HR. We also have the DOs, the District Education Officer. HR means human resource, personnel in the various countries.
Yeah.
So the DO also means the District Education Officers in our 124 districts. 124 districts throughout the country. So this motorbike was procured, distributed to our DOs, though some of them not functioning too well, but some of them are working, and we just want to appreciate our DO. They are working, and then they are working 24/7. So we just want to appreciate them for that. Besides the DO, our CEO, that the county education officers, were also empowered by the Ministry of Education through the government of Liberia. We procure a Land Cruiser Jeep for them so that they'll be able to go from county to inspect their various districts and other things, and then they'll compile their report and coordinate. In that way, the ministry will know what we need to do, how we need to do what to do, in collaboration with the HR, with the DO, and the CEO, then come to central office. That is our achievement in review. So we also want to let you know that the volunteer teachers are our heartbeat also. So this is how we.
I mean, it is a sticky issue because
it's a sticky issue, but
these are people who want
they want to teach and have the passion.
Yeah.
But we just want to tell them, let them be calm a little bit. You know how we're doing the issue? We got 16 education counties. We got 15 counties, but we got 16 education counties. You know how we did it? Montserrat is divided into 2 counties because Montserrat is huge. So we get Montserrat 1, Montserrat 2. Okay. So in that way, our counties are 16 because we want to have access to all of our schools and our principal and school education stakeholders. So this is what we did. The volunteer teachers, we started with the hard to reach places.
Okay.
For example, ground crew. Teachers that are there volunteering, we need to, cater for them fast before the big week. Because if they say they're not going to school, you can't find somebody from Monrovia to go to ground crew and then sign them behind the river. No, it's not possible. So we're starting from the hard to reach area in the leeward counties. From River G, we go to ground crew. From ground crew, we go to Sano. From Sano, we go to Maryland. From Maryland, we go to Lofa. From Lofa, we go to Bapudu. From Bapudu, we go to Nimba. From Nimba, we go to Kipma. From Kipma, we go to other counties. So we want people in Montserrat to understand. To reach you is easier.
Okay.
But let us do the due diligence first to people in the leeward counties. You are in Monrovia, but to go behind the river where motorbike cannot reach, the people have to cross the Monkey Bridge. It is terrible. When you go to River Thames, you won't believe it. You get to ride the kingdom to cross that rigs. So we have to cater to those people who are sacrificing and volunteering their services to teach in the classroom. So when we do that, then we come to Magibi, Banga, Montserrat. When we reach here now, like they're easy. But it have to deal with the budget. So if they give us the budget and we start from the leeward counties, where motorbike cannot reach. You will park the motorbike and walk for 6-7 hours to reach to the public school in that area. And you get about 7 teachers that are volunteering there. We need to put them on the payroll, and we leave them and put people in Maserado. We will not be doing justice to our conscience. So this is why people in Maserado have been delayed a little bit. So you in Maserado, we say be calm. Let's see where we can place your brothers and sisters from the leeward counties, from the hard to reach area. So right now, when we did that, to River says, you see, River said came alive. They came, I think first or second, in WAEC, because the volunteer teachers were absorbed and placed on the payroll.
We don't hear any
And a demonstration
problem.
again.
Yeah.
So it is good to have a leader that is so sensitive. Prof. Sony said, look, I'm too old, 72 years of age, to be here to start with Maserado. No, because when we went across the counties, the nationwide tour, it was a huge engagement. It was a great milestone for the Ministry of Education. Some places we went midnight. The minister had never ridden motorbike before. The ministers was forced to get on motorbike that night to go across in River G. So when we saw the people and the crowd was too much across that bridge, and we said, wow. So it's about time to see reason those teachers that in the hard to reach area, that place them first on the payroll, then the people in Maserado, Margibi, Bon, and other places around Monrovia, we can absorb them later on. Because if you start with Maserado and the money finish, you got to wait for the next budget year for people to put money there for you to go to the leeward counties. And then the leeward counties will be denied. Sure. And our intention is to have access to everybody without discrimination. But because there's no enough money right now, we say let's start with the hard to reach counties, River Says, River G, Grand Crew, Sano, Maryland, Lofa, Bapulu, and you name the rest. These are hard to reach areas that people who got bachelor degree or masters in Maserado will not just want to go there like that. So we beg all of you to please remain calm. We are doing everything possible. When money is added to the Ministry of Education budget, there will be a need to include almost all of our volunteer teachers on the payroll, because you have access to us. You are a backbone. You got passion for the job, and we will not let you down. Because if you are not employed yet, you're working like that 24/7 around the clock. What's more, when we place you on the payroll, it means that we'll go maybe 100% in work. So this is our appeal to all of our volunteer teachers. We are not forgetting about you yet. But remember, those in the hard to reach area, we need to cater for them for now. So another achievement from the Ministry of Education, Favi, is that the census, the MOE census is ongoing right now as you listen to the jingle. Okay. So we started the census because if we want to make any appeal to World Bank or even our partner, the GPE, and you name the rest,
it should be based on data.
Data collection, accurate data, and that's your assumption. So the data collection right now is something that is very sophisticated. So if you go almost all in the 16 education counties, you will see our data collectors are present and the data collection is ongoing. Very shortly we'll be returning so that we can finalize and validate. After validation, then it will be now part of our document to give it to partners to now help the Ministry of Education in raising funds. So that's another thing. We got another program at the ministry we call LEAP. LEAP is education operators. We got the Racing Academy Network, we got Youth Movement, we got Charles Street, we got Bridge Liberia. These 4 institutions are helping Liberia education system to work with us so that they'll be assigned with some of our public schools. They can step into the teachers and encourage them. The ideology of coming on board with these 4 operators are very, very, great, because they are doing a great and wonderful job. They are so professional with sophisticated equipment. So we just want to say bravo to Rising Academy, Youth Movement, Charles Street, Bridge Liberia for the collaboration. And besides that, at the Ministry of Education, as we speak, there are very, very good working relationship. I mean, the cream of leaders at the Ministry of Education right now, I don't know how to praise them. I've been working with the ministry for some time, but the cream of leaders this time, I mean, they are so obedient, they are so nice, they are so wonderful, they are people of understanding. They respect each other. I'm talking about Professor D. Ansu Suding. I'm talking about Honorable Latin Dator, the Deputy Minister for Administration. I'm talking about Honorable Elizana Dopu. We're talking about Honorable Acton V. Kessley, Deputy Minister for Planning, Research and Development. I'm talking about Assistant Minister Felicia Dosoma, Assistant Minister for Basic Secondary Education. I'm talking about Assistant Minister James Ama Masakwe, Assistant Minister for Fiscal and Resource Development. We're also talking about the Hereta Sako, the Assistant Minister for General Administration. We're also talking about Assistant Minister Dominic D. N. Kwemi, Assistant Minister for Planning, Research and Development, Assistant Minister Sekou Dougle, Assistant Minister for Vogue Tech and Inclusive Education, Honorable Gifra Washington, Assistant Minister for Teacher Education, Temon Nemo, Assistant Minister for Early Childhood Education. I also want to remember Honorable Tanu Mawuro Bongoli, Assistant Minister for Student Personnel Services. These senior management team members at the Ministry of Education, including Mr. Abraham Kazulu, Joe Basa Kodi, and the rest of our partners on board. We want to say thank you for the year on review. You've been very supportive, you've been very creative, innovative to keep the ministry moving coordinate. So we just want to remember all of them.
Yeah, Mr. Clayton, just before we take calls, I thought to, let you go ahead because this is the last presentation for the year 2022. So it's just a recap of your progress. But I know everything was not roses. So you want to, just list one or two challenges.
Now, mature people commend people publicly, and when they want to engage you on challenges, they do it privately.
Okay.
So publicly right now, we want to just commend all our CEOs and our education stakeholders for their collaboration, working with us. And besides that, we have the Principal Association. They signed a memorandum of understanding with the Private School Association for, to curtail the self-promotion. The ministry was there and we covered our program on Honorable Dr. Benjamin White. So that another achievement. So if you go into any school now, the principal of that school will call the previous school principal to know whether you pass, you a bona fide student or grade 9 or you fake that, So no student going to be in Liberia now to get away with any fake document right now. So those things are approved and then they're on board. So if you coming from Vave Kamara School and coming to Maxim Deaton School, I will call Vave Kamara. In fact, you will submit the listing.
So it's a whole database.
It's a whole database, something they go in all the counties. As we speak right now, the National Teacher Association of Liberia, they are right now in Lofa, where the Minister of Education is present, so that they will be going through some things, and beside that they will have the election, and those people being inducted into offices with the person of the Minister of Education stakeholders. And the ministry just doing a wonderful job. Challenges will always be there, but challenges not something to be public. We are mature people. We don't just get. If you and your wife doing something, you will bring it publicly. No, but when your wife does something good, you will say, my wife is good, So the one that happened in the room will remain in the room because it's not meant for public. For some men, maybe your wife is washing your clothes and sometimes they see something on your own. When I can tell the children this, that no, that is privately done. And she will come to you, take time next time, you do this. So challenges will always be there, but we are working, in collaboration with authority in charge, because they are people of reasoning, they are people of integrity, they are people of personality, and they know what good for others will be implemented accordingly. So we want to say bravo to the senior management team at the Ministry of Education. Thank you for your collaboration, your coordination, and all that you've done for us. And let me just call some of our partners before some of them just hold me in content. If your name is not mentioned, please, this is not all to it. We will come another time. We want to just say thank you to Kids Education Engagement Project, Bridge Liberia, Street Child of Liberia, We Care Foundation, You Movement, Rising Academy, and of course GPE, UNICEF, of course USAID, the EU, the UNESCO, UNIDO, WFP, and that's EU, Save the Children, Big Win, and of course the United Nations, FPA, that help with our revision of the curriculum, which is competent-based now. So we just want to say to all of our partners, and those of you that have never mentioned your name, I don't have the listing with me right now, so I'm not doing it off here. Those who I can remember, and I say to all of you, USAID partner, UNINO, and all of you working with us, UNESCO, and of course, all of our education stakeholders, our private school stakeholders, our public school stakeholders, our principals, our teachers, our students, our PTA network. We say congratulations. Thank you for the year on a review. We appreciate your collaboration, and we hope that we will continue to work with you.
Okay, so we've been given a go-ahead to take calls. So you can call us on 080514096, 08805140096. If you have any question to ask Mr. Blayton about next year, what's planned for next year, you can call us, or some doubt you had about the ministry and these programs, especially in the counties. You can call us on 08005140096. So Mr. Blayton, notably, what's planned for next year? But let's take this call, because good morning. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. Oh, sorry. So call us on 08805140096, 08805140096. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine. What's the name?
I'm fine. I'm not calling from Georgia.
Let's hear you.
Okay, thanks to the Minister for the elaboration. I want to ask concerning this 9th grade YFC issue. My son is in 9th grade in one of the schools in Georgia, Christina Villa, but they're asking for YFC, and I heard about the president saying it's the payment of the YFC on the 9th grade also, when we as parents, we are also pay it. Please can I ask the minister?
Okay, so I'm not minister, I'm director. Let me just clarify that. I don't want to impersonate. Okay, impersonation is a crime.
Yeah.
Okay, besides that, let me just make it clear, very clear to all the parents. Public schools, 9th graders are paid for by government. Only public schools. The only thing that the public school 9th grader will pay is $150 LD for that processing fee. But private school, you pay $5,000 plus $150 for processing fee. Private school, if your child is in private school, you are paying $5,000 LD plus $150 LD as processing fee. I want to get that clear. Public schools, 9th graders are paid by government. The only thing public school 9th grader will pay is $150 LD for your processing fee. For 12th graders, they both public school and private schools, your wire fees are paid by the government. So no private school 12 grade will pay anything. No public school 12 grade will pay anything. I want you to understand that. The only thing you will pay is $150 LD for your processing fee. Third graders, you will pay 1,000 LD for your assessment test plus $150 LD as processing fee. Sixth grader, you will pay 2,000 for your wire fee and $150 LD as processing fee. I want you to understand this. So the ninth graders, we want you to understand all the students in public school, ninth grade, government will pay your part of 5,000. In private school, your parents will pay, or you yourself will pay. So in third grade, both public and private school, you will pay like 1,000. In sixth grade, both public and private school, you will pay like 2,000 plus that 150. So that one, government, I'm taking part in third grade, sixth grade. Only in ninth grade, government will pay for ninth grade fees in the public school, and the private school, you pay 5,000 plus $150.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear from this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, family.
Yeah, good morning. What's the name?
Okay, my name is Adam Pittman. I'll call you from the house on the precise.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I'm like to acknowledge, in other words, since the director of the studio has given some clarifications concerning the non-free-wise that are the stage readers, and that these are kinds of people we need within the country to do the rightful thing, because some parents are not able to provide to the extent of their children. So I want to the government ever so much for taking the names of non-free concerns about 200 and that are the wise issues. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You want to respond? Or we can take another call.
Take another call.
So callers, lastly, we can take one more call on 0805144096 and be live on the Super Morning Show. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, what's the name?
I'm calling from Rosas County.
Great, let's hear you.
Thank you. I just want to appreciate your studio girl this morning. I really appreciate you for the deliberation, because these kind of updates are very important. When people are informed, they can stop insinuating. So I'm glad with the explanation you provided this morning. My concern is due to the volunteer that you talk about. I like the way they intend to, start to deal with it. I think I want for you to attach issue to it, but next year budget, the 2023 budget that is being submitted, how many number of teachers is the ministry anticipating to put on payroll?
Okay.
I want to. What are the mechanisms putting in place to encourage female teachers?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So, Vavi, that's a very brilliant question, and I really appreciate my brother for being so sophisticated. I say bravo to you. Compliment on the season, my man. You're great. So now, you see, the budget is a piece of cake that everyone wants some. So we can't compare government. Even if they give us the entire budget of the country, we will still need some more money. Just imagine that, though. So now that budget, they're going to divide that budget and give us some. So the amount that they will approve for the Ministry of Education, then the senior management team and our partners that will sit together and say, this is the amount we got. How can we now, apportion this to the counties? So all the counties will say, your CEO and DO, your senior, your volunteer teacher listing, then we peruse it, and then we know the qualified one and place them accordingly. But we don't have money on our own beside the cake that everyone is waiting to devour. So we will not carry all the cake. All the budget you can give it to, or we still need some more money. Could you imagine that? Then that cake there, they divide it, they give you some. So just pray to God that your country will be included. If not all, we will just do it. Maybe each country will get 25 or 20, so that at least your volunteer teachers will know that the government is thinking about them. But realistically, we're thinking about the hard-to-reach country in our leeward counties before coming to Monserrato. Yes, but we want to just appeal to all our volunteer teachers in Monserrato that some of you will also be included based on the need in those schools.
Okay.
Please work with the CEOs, the DOs, and the Ministry of Education so that we can coexist. We want to say congratulations to all of you. We want to say compliment of the season for your coordination, for your professionalism, for being very kind. One who much is given to, much is expected. May God continue to shower his blessing upon all of our teachers, all of our students, all of our parents throughout the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia. And besides that, we also want to do it for the president and the cabinet and also the 3 branches of government for being very, very supportive to the Ministry of Education. Bravo to the senior management team, headed by Professor Dion Susoni at the Ministry of Education, and the communication team that is always disseminating accurate, factual information to the people. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year to all of you.
Thank you. Well, he's the Director of Communications and Public Affairs at the Ministry of Education, Maxim Blayton. He's been here as a guest on Education at Midweek. You can join the station tomorrow for another presentation of the Super Morning Show. My name is Vafle Kamara, and